Move over, kids, because today we're going to look at first world problems for the video game collector. A first world problem is something that is usually a minor inconvenience or a little problem that is blown out of proportion in countries like the United States or Australia, Japan, most of Europe. It's kind of in contrast with problems in a third world country that are usually actually major issues, and we have it so good we blow our problems out of proportion. And well, video game collectors, we have our own set of first world problems, and that's what we're going to look at. I was going to do a whole video on them, but I just kept on coming up with a bunch, like too many games and not enough time. I buy all these games and yet I have no time to play them. Oh, what a problem to have, right? Well, I had so many that I came up with, I figured I would scratch that idea and go with every first world problem that I encountered with just this Master Edition right here. This is Zelda Breath of the Wild Master Edition for the Nintendo Switch, and we're going to look at 7 problems I had, first world problems that is, with just this. Problem number 1, I went to sleep. You see, that shouldn't be a problem, right? But when this was revealed, it was late 2016, and it was revealed at a news conference in Japan, and that was during the day in Japan, which was during the night in America. And Nintendo always does this. They reveal stuff, and then an hour later, it's up for pre-orders. But I was tired. I had to work the next day, because believe it or not, I make no money from this channel. Well, I actually made $5 one time from this channel, but that's not enough to pay the mortgage. So I make almost no money off this, so I have a day job, and I wanted to go to sleep, and I did, and it was such a rookie mistake because when I woke up in the morning, this was going for $500 on eBay. I was so mad at myself. I should have just went into work with bloodshot eyes and just downed a pot of coffee. But I don't know, I was just too tired and I didn't think about it, went to sleep. And for months, I stressed how I was going to get this because I was not about to pay $500. No way, no how. So I pulled some strings. And it brings me to problem number 2. You see, I got it. I pulled the strings. I was able to get one, but through no fault of my friend's own, when he shipped it to me, there was a dent. It came that way, but there was a dent inside it. Not a crease, but a dent. It wasn't even that major. I mean, maybe it was moderately major because, you know, it was pretty long, but you could barely notice it, and it wasn't even on the side of the front or the back with the Sheikah eye. It was just kind of there, but I noticed it. I knew it was there, and so it ate away at me. I was able to, like, 2 or 3 weeks, I was able to be like, yes, I got it. Just leave it alone. You got it. You didn't have to. You paid retail, Ken. Just leave this one alone, please. But I couldn't. And then eventually I went back online. Thankfully, my boy from the podcast, my fellow co-host, Devin, we do our podcast every 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Saturdays. Cheap plug, I know, but Devin was good looking out by that guy because he called me up and said, hey, GameStop, right now, some reason GameStop went live for 60 seconds months after the fact with another batch of Master Editions, and I must have got it right under the wire at second number 58 because I was able to acquire this one. Oh, I was so happy because this one came mint and beautiful. So that's problem number 2. You know, good is not good enough. It has to be like mint, you know. That's a lot of you understand. A lot of you understand me out there. Number 3, keeping in line with mint, is basically this office that I'm in has not seen the light of day for a very long time. Now, I can't precisely say it's completely this game's fault, but it's part of the problem. You see, I don't want sunlight getting into my office to fade my collection. This is part of my collection, so sun fading has prevented me from opening my windows for over a year. So that's first world problem number 3, you know, just the fear of the sun, I guess. I don't know what to call it because I want to call number 4 protecting my collection. And to do that, I will actually go to a website and buy plastic protectors for my boxed games. And there's one for this edition out there, and that's what I will do. I will spend money to keep games that I don't plan on ever opening protected. and now it's in a plastic case, and I'll put it on the shelf with other plastic case video games, all right? And I heard that this actually has some sun ray protection on it, but I'm not gonna risk it. Nope, I'll just live as a vampire. Number 5 of first world problems is too much stuff. I literally have too much stuff. The fact of the matter is, look at this picture right here. I'm gonna put this beautiful Master Edition on a shelf that's gonna kind of subtract from its beauty. The shelf has so much stuff that it's hard to really pinpoint anything. Maybe the fruit snacks, but even so, this Master Edition is such a cool piece that it should be the center of the attraction, and yet I have so much stuff, it kind of becomes a Where's Waldo type thing. Moving on to number 6 of first world problems is the fact that I have left this sealed. This is a sealed game. Inside here is the actual video game Breath of the Wild, but I didn't open it. And not to mention, there is a beautiful statue. It's the Master Sword with the little flower, the Silent Princess flower, and I would love to display that. I wouldn't even display it in a manner in which it would get lost. I would actually display it prominently on my desk or somewhere that I could fully enjoy the beauty of this statue, and yet I cannot bring myself to open it. It's a sealed game. I cannot bring myself to open it. And I want the statue. I love the statue. I've seen it online. I'm jealous of people who have the statue, and I actually own the statue. But I cannot bring myself to actually unsealing this Master Edition. Not to mention, there's also a Switch case in here that I could use, but no, I can't do it, so I went and bought a different $20 Switch case to use, even though I have a perfectly good one right here. So that's number 6, sealed games, not being able to open them. So how did I end up playing Breath of the Wild if I wouldn't open my copy? Well, that brings me to the final problem of today, variants. And I went and got the retail edition to go with it. Now, some people who might not have as many of these first world gaming problems might actually do something like this. I know a lot of people who will actually buy the collector's edition, keep it sealed, and then also a retail edition. But I need every variant. Variants are just, they kill you. When this was released, it had a Master Edition released, a retail edition released, and also a special edition version released. And I needed to get all of them. Again, this has a Switch case in it. Not the Master Sword statue, but a Switch case that I could not bring myself to actually opening. So I have 2 Switch cases that I don't even get to use, and they're awesome looking, and yet I had to go and buy another one because of first world problems of the collector not being able to open a sealed version. So anyways, we're on talking about variants now. So here's 3 variants, but here's the thing. It was also released on the Wii U, and now I had to buy the Wii U version, but the Wii U version had a problem. The problem was they had a misprint, too many controllers. So they released another version without too many controllers. So I had to get both variants. And then later in the year, they released a Explorer's Edition during Black Friday, and that came with a map and a guide. So again, here I am buying even more. Again, didn't open it, didn't have to, already played it here. So I bought all these versions of Breath of the Wild because they're variants. And this year, they're going to release another version that is actually the same version as this, minus the map, and that comes out in a couple months, so it's even less, but they're still charging retail, and I'm going to buy it, okay? I'm just going to buy it. And when I buy it, I'm buying it knowing that I have all these copies, plus I'm willing to buy a Nintendo Select, a Player's Choice, a Game of the Year version, a Deluxe Ultimate Edition. You put the downloadable content on the cartridge, I will buy it all. Release a Switch bundle, and I'll buy that too. That's just how bad this variant thing can get. And, it's even worse than that. Sometimes they just have stickers, and you have to end up buying the stickers too, and I have done that with Skyward Sword. Ask me about it, and I'll tell you the story one day. But that is number 7, and a bonus first world problem is when you're a YouTuber trying to film a video like this, well, my mic went out like 3 times. I have filmed this video 4 times, 4 separate times I thought I was done filming this video. So those are 7 first world video game collecting problems. I would love to hear some more, whether they're your own or a buddy's, I don't care. If you've heard of a first world gaming problem that I have not mentioned, please put it in the comments below. Also, please, please, please click the bell so you get notifications, subscribe, give me an up, give me a down. I don't care. I'm a big boy. I can handle it. I want to know what you guys think, and I want to know these first world gaming problems. It's dangerous to go alone, people, so please share this video and channel with a friend and have a great day.